Hey, everybody. Привет. Здравствуйте. Andy here. I wanted to make a quick video and share something that I built. I feel like you guys would find some value in. I listened to the feedback from my various conversations and was looking to see how could we scale as much as possible as an overall ecosystem across different initiatives, and how can we do so in the most effective and cost-effective and efficient manner. So I put some stuff together where it's really mostly based upon the document that I put together, describing the exact steps of how we could organize both business partnerships, marketing, as well as the other ecosystem growth initiatives like grants and such. But I went ahead and actually built it. So what this looks like is it's a system that takes not only the traditional sales pipeline, which I come from a background of managing and running marketing agencies. So sales operations, marketing operations, performance optimization, if you name it, I've probably done it inside of marketing. And now I dedicate all that attention to Web3. So when it comes down to managing leads, we want to be able to very quickly access large amounts of information. So we might want to know what is the overall value that can be generated from a potential partnership. Is it worth the time that we may want to put into the integrations hours or just the labor hours across our marketing team for whatever collabs we might have? By being able to track the relationship health, how much capital is raised, it's a quick ad form to be able to put this stuff in here. So someone just has to type in the name of the project as well as the website. And then from there, as much information as I can, and boom, it drops into our CRM. Now, of course, companies are run by people. And so it's important to be able to not only organize our context in terms of who are we speaking with, but to also have a quick medium by which we can connect and collaborate more easily as a team. So in this case here, there's a latest comment section that will actually show the stream of all the comments that were previously posted. And so what this does, it makes it to where as a leadership team, we can easily go in and see like what's our team up to. And for myself, coming from a business partnership background, it's something where I know that this was a game changer at the products that I worked at. Now, they didn't get this exact type of CRM setup. It is something where I upgraded it significantly. At the same time, it provides us with the overall map of being able to see what does that overall deal flow look like? How effectively are we organizing our conversations? And then on top of that, who is it that we're really targeting? So it's something that I understand, while yes, our target market is any EVM project, the fact is that there's a lot of types of projects out there. I mean, even DeFi, I was just shooting from the hip and was able to spit out more than 10 of these. And then I just researched the last few, and everything from a swap versus an exchange. And an exchange is going to be decentralized. We want to be able to break this down, not only so that way from a leadership standpoint, everyone can see exactly what's included in the potential partnerships that we're talking about. What might it take? How much time might it take? How complex is the situation? But to also be able to quickly see and to navigate from a marketing standpoint, how can we improve our overall messaging? Because the fact is, in order for a project to be able to find us for partnerships, they're going to have to see something at some point. So that may be a tweet, it might be a video, it might be a referral from one of their buddies. So it's something that by listing out a whole bunch of different types of content that I've personally experienced, and then writing out a quick summary. And as I'm setting this up, I'd be creating different SOPs so we can create even more content. In the marketing world, because we have to operate on such lean budgets, under such intense pressures, and typically dealing with large amounts of ambiguity in the tasks that we're given, we learn how to be very, very efficient in growth marketing. And that's through great systems like this. So to have it to where, like, for example, when doing and setting up a marketing calendar or a content calendar, it doesn't make very much sense to do things post by post, which is how like 90% plus of projects do it. Instead, that's kind of like taking a rocket ship, building it for billions of dollars, blowing it up once you're done with it the first time, as opposed to taking the Elon Musk approach and using reusable vertical takeoff and landing rockets. In our case, it's taking content, instead of organizing it by post, organize it by topic. So research, first put together a decent concept, research it heavily, storyboard it out as far as what platforms will you go on. Maybe it's going to be broken down into 2 to 3 videos, 10 to 20 tweets, and then we're going to put together 3 to 5 articles out of that. Perhaps we can tag specific partners that allows us to be able to set up better nurture campaigns where we're actively engaging with projects on social media where there's the most activity. I mean, Twitter is the open town square. So it's something that by being able to actively pursue the types of projects that we specifically want, while also being able to ensure that when we have a major event coming up, like a mainnet launch, or perhaps an in-person event that we're sponsoring, or maybe it comes down to like an IDO launch or something, it makes it to where we can pretty easily ensure that we're getting enough content out there to provide the community with transparency and energy about what we're doing. We can start to hype up whatever we're preparing for. It also makes it to where we can specifically target the right types of people. Because while sure, we're talking about developers, investors, community members, influencers, builders, and all such like this, a student developer is going to be very different than a core blockchain engineer. And it's something that even when it comes to the professionals that might be making decisions inside of a company, perhaps it's a partnership director, maybe it's the director of marketing, perhaps it just comes down to who's the project manager. We need to get through the gatekeepers, all the way down to looking at the different types of investors, a DGen DeFi trader versus retail versus the diamond hands hodler. These are different types of people. And so as we talk to different folks, we can actually be saving this information, storing it, and creating little rating scores so that way we can make quick decisions. And it doesn't just apply to the lead gen funnel that we're doing. The idea is to kill two birds with one stone. Again, reusable rocket perspective. How can we make it to where all of our ecosystem growth initiatives are being collaborative in the way that they're pursuing the right people in the right way? So like from a hiring application standpoint, we can make it to where we just drag and drop where somebody is in the interview process. And then on top of that, from an assessment standpoint, we can make it to where we can more quickly assess different candidates, have internal ratings. What do we like? What do we not like? Of course, we could have the comment section in here so we can make discussions about which candidates might be the best. And of course, make it to where if have we contacted the references or not. It's a whole lot of stuff that makes it to where there's a lot of ways we can use this to better not just better scale our ecosystem as a whole, but from a mental health standpoint, to be able to lighten the load of people that usually in blockchain, it's chasing after 50 plus Telegram and Slack channels and Discord servers and all sorts of different environments. And it gets very, very difficult to be able to map it all out. While in this case here, we have a situation that not only can we make a literal map of exactly what is it that we're doing, as a team, we can work together. We can find out what objections do we keep seeing come up in our project's pipeline, and how can we make content that's able to overcome that. Perhaps we coordinate with developer relations to put together like a weekend boot camp, and in hyping that up, we put together a couple of articles and quick videos talking about the use case advantages of using our network. And then we do like a 2-day, 3-hour a day type thing where people build an actual project. And then the developer relations folks need to navigate from putting together a draft and how that's going to work out, and then have it to where we can actually build it and have a use case that developers can put onto their resume, which can attract a pretty large audience and be able to attract a larger community. So whether it comes down to some kind of collaboration with another project, maybe we want to do a co-sponsorship of an event, or maybe it just comes down to something as simple as an integration. They're a DeFi platform and they're looking to be able to scale on Solana. The fact is that by having the deepest understanding possible of our different types of, these are customers, these are people that we're serving with the value we have to provide. And by being able to make it to where the entire team can coordinate with each other as easy as being able to click a button on the screen here, it'll make it to where it should allow us to have a lot less meetings. It should allow us to be able to get better, more effective content. It should be cutting out costs by making it to where we are as efficient as possible with the limited venture funding that we have, while also being able to make it as effective as possible. And we can put together an entire content calendar and finally be able to actually see all the details of what does our pipeline look like and how can we prepare. How can we do better? How can we analyze what we're doing and iterate and optimize for more effectiveness? So to be able to leverage my skills in growth marketing and systems operations and team leadership, content creation, and on top of that, it's something where I've been working in Web3 long enough that I've been able to develop a significant level of expertise in it. Enough to where I could put together this system in a couple of days. Everything you see is able to be edited to where, if you don't want to have the resume and cover letter one click away in your hiring assessment pipeline, I can do that. Or if you want to add a different section, maybe you want to start small and only do the business partnerships. And I aggregate all the inbound leads we have and current leads that are in the system. And then we make it to where we have a visualization of who are we talking to. And then we can organize the relative value that we think is behind these projects, and then decide which projects are going to be the most effective and the most marketable. So then we can leverage those relationships and those partnerships to be able to ensure as successful of a mainnet launch, an IDO, or whatever other cool things might be coming up as possible. So yeah, I'd love to be able to find out what you guys are looking for when it comes to the growth of the team, and I'm happy to do whatever I can to be able to help. And I'd love your feedback on if you find value in this. Be happy to get this going for you, regardless of what our professional relationship might be. On the other hand, if you see opportunities to improve, I'd also love to hear that so we make this even better. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, y'all. Bye for now. Do svidaniya.